Welcome back to J Tendencies. I'm your favorite host, Jay Suave,
I'm your real favorite host, Jay Reese.
and it's been a weird week. It's been an okay week of sports this week. We're mainly going to be talking about football tonight, as you know. And just one of the things, it wasn't a crazy week of NFL this week, but we're going to get right into the weekly recap. I think one of my things was the Niners versus Bucks,
Okay.
and it Niners coming off three L's,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they weren't looking to lose the fourth. They play the Bucks. The Bucks have looked all right. They they held them to 14 points, which is pretty good. But 49ers ended up dropping 27 points, and Brock Purdy looked phenomenal. 21 for 25, 333 yards, three touchdowns, and just getting his playmakers involved as he should, which didn't really happen the last 3 weeks. And you got Brandon Ayuk. One of our boys was sick that he didn't start him in fantasy, but he caught 5 to 6 targets for 156 yards and a touchdown. Overall, great game for the 49ers.
Yeah, man. I definitely think they could have been a little bit better. Even though the Buccaneers are a good team, they only won by 13 points, I believe. They have a great all around showing, like you said, 21 to 25, and Trent Williams being back really made a difference. You saw that because he wasn't being pressured as much, and he felt more comfortable in the pocket, so he was able to throw those balls down to Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and the Bucks just had plenty of missed coverages. I saw so many times where there was a dude wide open in the zone when he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And but I'm not trying to take anything away from the 49ers. That was a great win by them, and that is a great football team over there. The first thing I want to talk about today, I want to talk about on the NBA side. I want to talk about the Miami Heat. We finally lost. Breaking our I think it
Streak
was
is
a
over.
7 game win streak. After and we lost to the Chicago Bulls after going up 20-1. So I don't
But that
know,
was crazy. It was 22-1.
I don't know how we let them come back after that in the first after coming off a strong lead. I don't know how we kind of sold the bag at the end, but I saw a lot to look forward to with this team. Tyler Rose been out of the last couple games because he has that injury. Once he gets back, I'm excited to see how this team, that now that we're finally clicking, I want to see how we click when he's back and more involved because he's our second best, if not the best scorer on our team.
I think
And
he's the best.
yeah, Jimmy is the best in the playoffs, but in the regular season, Tyler Rose definitely the holding the he puts the team on his shoulders.
I saw before this season that Jimmy Butler said y'all are playing 95 games this season, and that is every win. That's what 16 wins in the
Playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, I was like, something's off here, and I just had to make sure I had to bookmark it because I was laughing. I was like,
Hey,
these boys are not.
you are a hater. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not hating,
Look. All
yo.
I gotta
I'm
say,
spitting truth,
hey,
right?
when you win the chip,
When who wins the chip?
the Miami Heat,
When
when
who
the
wins the
Miami
chip?
Heat win the chip, Jimmy Butler Finals MVP, Dam gets Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know what else.
What is he talking
Let me
about,
keep
yo?
capping. Let me
Let him keep lying.
Caleb Martin All Star.
Oh my god! Like Jason Tatum ain't win an MVP, yo.
But
Come on.
we're still good, man. Still 2-0 in tournament play. So I don't even know how this in season tournament really works. But
I just like the courts, bro. Let's go to a Mavericks game.
I'm not gonna lie, some of these courts are bad. They're trash.
Chicago's court is terrible.
So when I
Chicago's
first
court is terrible.
like the Miami court grew on me, but when I first saw it, like, bro, these are garbage. There's too much color going on here.
Yeah, but
Once
like
you get used to it,
anything, whenever you get used
yeah.
to it, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. But let me go back to the NFL. Let's see. Joe Burrow goes down with a season-ending injury to his hand. Unfortunately, that probably means that the Bengals are going to miss the playoffs.
That's
Which
crazy.
is so unfortunate because they were having such a good stretch. They were so hot. Like you thought, yeah, they were going to have another Bengals and Chiefs AFC Championship game.
Lamar.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Lamar, Mahomes, because Mahomes is going to make his way there. I don't know how he's going to do it with those receivers, but he's going to find a way.
Don't sleep on
Freaking
Jacksonville.
Patrick. I'm sleeping on Jacksonville, bro.
Don't sleep on
I'm
Jacksonville,
sleeping
y'all.
on
Them boys are
Jacksonville.
7-3. They came out and won by 20 yesterday.
Man, yeah, they came off a bench after getting their butt whooped by the 49ers. What is the 49ers?
Yeah,
Yeah, by the 49ers.
but who doesn't get killed by them, bro?
Let's go Philly.
If you're a Cowboys fan, I'm dissing y'all right there. because y'all done beat my guys yesterday, 33-10. And if you're a Cowboys fan, the
Hey,
door.
I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because next thing I'm talking about was
Oh
the
my
Cowboys.
god!
Oh, you got
No,
the Panthers.
no.
Look, okay, like the Cowboys obviously didn't play great. They played really good, but they didn't play great. Dak only had 189 passing yards. TD had 38 yards. Put up 33 points against your boys,
Bro,
man.
relax, relax,
This is the
relax.
best game Tony Pollard has had in a couple of weeks. And Bryce,
Bro,
they were cooking on that one offensive drive when they went up, and I thought they were going to make a comeback. It was 17-10, and then like it was going into the fourth, 17-10. All of a sudden, I blink my eyes, and it's 33 points.
yeah, bro, it was tough. And after that 17-10 stuff, I get that they just drove the field. Tony Pollard got his touchdown. And honestly, just watching the game, I feel like Tony Pollard didn't like. Of course, on paper, it looks like he had his best game, but our defense was kind of sticking
No,
him all
your
game.
defense did really well all game. It's just that like compared to the other weeks, Tony Pollard hasn't been able like to really crack 50 yards. So
Yeah,
him finally going 60 with a tud, this is like on all accounts his best game in a few weeks.
yeah, most definitely. And just how we came back out down 24-10, and we end up throwing the pick six, y'all.
And you threw it to Jonathan Mingo. And like, first off, it was a great play by Deron Bland, right? He was behind two steps. He had the catch up speed to come up,
Oh
make
my
the catch.
goodness,
He
yo.
was on the ground. All he had to do was touch him. You know what Jonathan Mingo did? He just walked out of bounds.
Gave up, bro.
He gave up on the play, which led to points the other way. And that's one thing coaches hate when you give up on the play.
Like you can't coach effort, bro. You can't coach effort and stuff like that. That literally made me so sick because we could have just thrown the pick. Our defense could have held him to three, and we would
Mm-hmm.
have been down three possessions. Okay, but fam, he's on the ground, and you just start running to the sideline. Like what, bro? The thing is, bro, let me not crash
Hey,
out,
it's
bro.
a good thing you're gonna have the first overall pick next.
Bro, okay, all right, bro, all right, bro.
Uh, last game I want to talk about is Chargers lose in a heartbreaking close game. Justin Herbert had put up 333 total yards with receivers, and his coaches failed him. He had dropped catches and touchdown passes. Like the fourth, it was a third down late in the game on the final drive of the. He threw it to Quentin Johnson, or what I like to say, Jalen Rager with dreads, and he dropped the ball. And then the defense, Brandon said he doesn't have a problem with the defense and how they were called. Y'all let up 400 yards of offense to the Packers, and Jordan Love threw for 322 yards on y'all. Like, y'all should worry about your defense. Like, Brandon Staley, if you
Yeah.
still have a job by the end of the week, I'll be very surprised.
Bro, Brandon Staley has surprised us year in and year out with how he has a job. And just one of those things. It's like, fam, people blaming Herbert, you're the problem. You are the problem. There's no way Herbert almost threw for 400 yards. People are still tripping on
Justin Herbert needs to go out there on defense and get some interceptions.
that. Exactly. He needs to go out there, sack the quarterback. He needs to be playing offensive line and quarterback at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, Justin Herbert needs to go out there. He needs to kick field goals. He needs to go into the front office,
Do
draft,
everything.
do everything. He needs to go coach while he's on the field too. He needs to
Exactly.
get on Jalen Rager with Dred's head.
Start calling the plays, Herbert.
All right, do you have anything else you want to say for your weekly recap? Anything you want to bring up?
I mean, yeah, I thought the. I mean, this is probably the most boring game of the week, but kind of a good story. I thought that the Browns and the Steelers game was all right. Kenny Pickett, terrible.
Bro,
Like,
hey, what was it? I saw this thing that said Tommy DeVito has more games in his NFL career where he has multiple touchdown passes than Kenny Pickett. Like, Kenny Pickett, you've been a starter for 2 years. Like, what's going on, buddy?
and Judo has what, two?
This is third career start.
Yeah, did he? Oh, real? That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bro, like Pickett, he had 106 yards. He threw the ball 28 times. I don't know what to tell y'all. That's terrible. I mean, Dorian Thompson Robinson got his first win. I've been watching this guy since he was at Bishop Gorman with Tate Martell back in high school. So that was crazy to see. I mean, Jalen Warren is really starting to look like the superior running back too. 9 rushes, 129 yards, and I think he had a touchdown too.
He started over Najee this week too. He was running back one.
Yeah,
So
he is superior to Najee.
Najee's cooked. Mm. Ah, she's
He's
cooked.
cooked. But yeah, that's really the only other game I wanted to talk about,
Mhm.
just because Kenny Pickett looked terrible.
Yeah, and this is the third game this season where the Cleveland Browns had to come on a game-winning drive to kick a field goal or score points at some manner to win the game, and they've done it. They did it. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's been incredible.
The Steelers are usually pretty good at pulling out close games too.
Hmm.
So I was honestly surprised they didn't win this one, but
Yeah, it was a real defensive game because you have a rookie quarterback that was drafted in the I think it was the sixth round,
mm,
making his first career start. Then you have Kenny Pickett, so not very high quarterback play.
bro, can you believe that in mock drafts they had the Panthers taking him with
Hey,
like the sixth pick, bro?
hey, I'm glad
We
you didn't.
dodged a bullet, but we
No,
still drafted Matt Corral in like the second round.
I'm surprised Matt Corral isn't on a active roster. He's on the practice squad of the Patriots, but the fact he's not on the active roster for the Patriots and they still have Mac Jones there is crazy. Because what's it called? I didn't watch a lot of Matt Corral, but I watched some of his highlights and he looks good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was expecting him to at least get a chance over there in New England.
It's just mainly because like after that injury he suffered, bro,
Mm-hmm. Was it
and
he like broke something in his leg or tore his ACL or
it
something?
was something like that. I forget, but he was. I'm pretty sure he was gonna start for us that year. We ended up tearing something. We ended up drafting Bryce, and like he tweeted out something like whenever Bryce got drafted, and he just like started to crash out. Basically, it was odd, but I mean like whenever stuff like that happened, you're just like, eh.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go ahead and get to our first topic today, right? I know Matthias, he's been waiting for this topic to come up. You know,
Mm-mm-mm.
a Broncos fan. So, do you think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson? Do you think they're finally starting to cook as an offense and as a team?
I think so. I think that as a team and having Sean Payton as your coach, it takes time, right? And giving Sean Payton that time, he's a good coach. And I know some people will be like, oh, he got carried by Breeze. Breeze is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and so you can say that. But the way this team just won four in a row, they haven't won four in a row since 2016, and I think Russ is back. Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook.
And the way that he looks, and the thing is, this is the same. This is the same how he looked in Seattle. You'll see him like kind of standing around the whole game and hanging in there with the team. But then at that last minute, they scored their last touchdown with a minute and 3 seconds left in the game. But you'll see the Broncos hanging around just like the Seahawks whenever they played, and they'll score in like the last 1 to 3 minutes, right? But the thing is with that, you'll see Russell Wilson now, not necessarily using his legs because he only had one rushing yard last night, but able to get out the pocket and being able to act, like he didn't do that too early into the season, but him being able to just do all of that, it looks good. I mean, he's able to have. I mean, he doesn't have weapons like he did in Seattle, but at the same time, he's just. It just seems like he's doing more in
Mm-hmm.
Denver, to me at least.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Like you said, he doesn't have the as great weapons as he did in Seattle, right? He doesn't have a DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and who were those guys he was throwing to when he was winning that bowl?
Doug
Doug
Baldwin,
Baldwin.
boy, oh, bro, Doug
Like yeah,
Baldwin
he
was
had
a
Golden Tate
dog.
too. Like he doesn't have none of those dogs on offense. He has Cortland Sutton, which I've been really high on
Mm.
for a while.
Big SMU
You
guy.
know, they have Jerry Judy, which he's there.
Yeah, he
He is there.
he plays.
he, he's definitely a receiver on that team. Okay, and then they have Marvin Mims, who has a lot of promise. If only he gets the ball.
Yeah,
But it's like he kind of brought that bad O line with him from Seattle over to right when he leaves. Seattle gets that good O line, and
yeah.
the Broncos O line goes down the gutter.
They had two rookies starting the whole year and went
Mm-hmm.
crazy whenever Russ left.
But and we're finally getting to see like that team put it all the pieces together, right? Because they started off really rough, and then this is the fourth game in a row that they've won. So they were 1-5, I believe, at one point this season. Then to go on this winning streak, to make a playoff push. Russell Wilson he's not looking exactly like prime Russ. He's not
Yeah,
hitting those deep balls, those moon balls that Russ is known for. But he's playing really efficient, and that's all you could ask for, right?
yeah,
Like if he's not the reason that he'll be the reason that y'all win most some of these games, but he's not gonna be the reason why y'all lose at all. Not especially this season. Last season he could have made a case for it because Russell Wilson did not play great last year, and that's also because of Nathaniel Hackett being having one of the worst
yeah.
coaching.
Nathaniel Hackett's insane.
Yeah, but this year he has 2,065 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, 104.3 passer rating, 232 rushing yards, and only 4 interceptions. Like that's really efficient. And doing that after people have called you not rushed, washed is really great because that shows that he was able to, silence the doubters. He didn't listen to what the doubters were saying all offseason,
Yeah.
all last season. What is it? He's dangerous.
Dangerous,
He's
baby.
dangerous.
The thing is, he's just not the type of guy to make excuses. He
Mm-hmm.
gets down and works. I mean, you even saw Samaj P. Ryan yesterday. He had 3 first downs in the last drive, and he's really a part of this offense. Jaleel McLaughlin, bro. You got Javante Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this offense is coming together,
Yeah.
I think. And
I feel like if they just go into the offseason looking for some offensive line help so they can improve, because then that run game will go real good. Because they have really good running backs. Just behind that battle line, excuse me, they're not able to live up to their full potential. So if they get some offensive line help and that run game comes alive, and then you add that with the passing attack, that's going to be a really great team to look forward to in the future.
yeah, that offensive line is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big guy on Mike McGlinchey either.
Mm-hmm. Another team that doesn't have a great O line. Carolina.
Why does it always, y'all, every single Tuesday episode, it always comes back to me. I don't know why.
All right, man. Let's you said this week 5. We're gonna bring it back to the award predictions, right? We have a couple more weeks go by, a couple more games, so we saw a lot more stuff happen over these past couple of weeks. So Jalen, tell me, who do you think? What are your predictions for MVP, Offensive Player, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then Comeback Player of the Year?
For my MVP, I have none the other. I have Mr. Baltimore himself. I got Truz. I got Lamar Jackson. And this team is 8-3 right now. I feel like they should be undefeated, y'all. And if they were undefeated right now, there would be no question who would win MVP. I feel like Lamar has really led this team. I guess we'll see without Mark Andrews, and you just saw Lamar kind of limping off the field on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just one of those things where Lamar's put this team in place to win week in and week out.
On the bright side for that team, though, Mark Andrews there's a possibility that he may return this season, so he's not 100% out the season. So that'll be a big hope, down the stretch.
Hey, if they make it to February, who knows?
They won't.
Bro,
I
the
don't
Super
care.
Bowl. So
It
the
doesn't
Super
matter.
Bowl is in February.
I didn't even think about it. I was like, they're an AFC team. I just had it. My bad.
But yeah, I got Trez as my MVP.
And you want to go back and forth? No, you want to.
We can go back and forth. I'll take your.
Okay. That's a good pick, man. The only reason why I don't have Lamar as my number one is because a lot of those game winning moments he just kind of folded. He remember like he threw that pick six against the Browns, and then he wasn't able to answer back, and the Browns ended up winning that game. And then he couldn't finish the game in Indianapolis, and then the same thing. What was the other loss they had?
They had Musika.
Was another close loss.
I forget. Let's see. But go on.
But it's just those are moments that that's why you would be an MVP, right? The MVP is able to lift you up in those moments. And the person I have for MVP, I believe he does, in those moments, lead the team into a position to win the games.
The Steelers.
The Steelers, yeah.
But that was whenever, bro, was it Pickens who? I'm pretty sure it was Pickens who. It was 10-10 with like 2 minutes left. Pickens catch the touchdown, and then you got Lamar driving, and then T.J. Watt sacks him 2 times to seal the game. And or it was only once, but T.J. Watt sacked him to seal that game. And it was one of the craziest things. I was really hoping the Ravens would come back and win it because I'm not a big advocate of the Steelers either, especially not with Pickett, bro. Yeah, the offense is so bad to watch.
Mm-hmm. But the quarterback I have for my MVP that I feel like in those moments will lead you to the win is Jalen freaking Hurts. And you don't believe me, but look,
we'll see tonight.
What's it called? Vegas believes me. Vegas, the odds for Jalen Hurts, he's a favorite right now to win MVP for a good reason. He's a leader of the 8-1 Philadelphia Eagles. He has a 68.9 completion percentage, 2,347 passing yards, 15 passing touchdowns, 97 passer rating, 316 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, and 10 turnovers on the season. So the turnovers are a big problem. But the other guy that they had right behind Jalen Hurts is Patrick Mahomes for the MVP. and Patrick Mahomes also has 8 interceptions. So I'm not really looking at turnovers as that big of a downgrade if they have Patrick Mahomes up there, because Jalen Hurts is showing, he might not be as talented as a thrower. He's not gonna make those crazy plays for the receivers to drop it, because Jalen Hurts does have better weapons than Patrick Mahomes does. But just without you seen this time and time again, Jalen Hurts is just elevating his team, right? The last 2 seasons, he's lost 3 games, two in the regular season, then the Super Bowl. So he just wins. And then whenever he wasn't playing, so if he said it was because of his weapons they were winning, with those same weapons, without him, those 2 or 3 games, they didn't win a single one of those games without him last season. So Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player to his team, and this is currently the best team in the NFL. So that in turn makes him the most valuable player in the NFL.
According to my calculations.
Bro, you're a hater, bro. Watch it happen,
according
bro.
to my
Watch
calculations.
it happen. I'm telling you, man.
But yeah, are we doing our offensive
Yeah,
player?
offensive player.
I mean, who else, bro? Christian McCaffrey. And yeah, y'all know me, I'm a Panther guy. I could never hate Run CMC. And he's only had one game this year where he hasn't had a touchdown.
Trash.
He's played 12 games and 11 of them he has touchdowns.
Should have played 14.
But it's just been a crazy stretch by Christian McCaffrey, bro. And just on one of the teams with the best offenses in the league. And I feel like the way that he gets the ball, the way he helps this team, this is the way that the team wasn't helped even whenever they went to the Super Bowl that one year. Mm-hmm. So this team can mess around, beat Philly, and make the Super Bowl just because of Christian McCaffrey. And I feel like is that, I mean, a running back won't win MVP, but at the same time, if there was to be a running back who would this year, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, man. Christian McCaffrey is a great player. He has 825 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns rushing, 365 receiving yards with 5 receiving touchdowns. And without CMC, that 49ers team would not be great. Like, even though they do have a great receiving help, it's having the best or one of the best running backs in the league is what really helps them elevate to that elite status as a team.
It's another guy you got to give your undivided attention to.
Yeah, he's not my pick for offensive player of the year. And I'll give another shout out to one player that's, because I feel like these three are really the main candidates in the race and that are all neck and neck. And the other guy I'm not gonna mention, but I really want to say he's offensive player of the year, but he's not. Is AJ Brown. He has 1,005 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's the only player in NFL history with 6 games in a row with 125 plus receiving yards. And he's arguably the best, if or at least top 3 wide receivers in the league. And being a top 3 wide receiver in the league, you obviously should be mentioned in the offensive player of the year status. But the one player that I have above him which is my pick, is the other receiver that's in that top 3, arguably the best in the league, and that's Tyreek freaking Hill.
Like, I can respect that.
Speed kills, man, and Tyreek Hill has all the speed, the fastest player in the league. And then he has 1,222 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns, and he's the fastest receiver of all time to ever get 1,000 yards in a season. Mm-hmm. Like we said before, they have a track team over there in Miami, and this is the number 1 dude on the track team. He's the final leg that they have over there.
The final boss, y'all.
This man was doing side quests during the offseason. He was running track meets.
Yeah.
And he brought that over to the NFL, and you saw it this week against the Raiders, and he scored that one long touchdown. He had 2 dudes in front of him, and he still outran them.
If someone paused that frame and told me that Tyreek scored on that play, I'd be like, you're lying.
Tyreek Hill,
you're lying.
He's just insane, man. And I feel like these 3 all have an argument to be made to be offensive player of the year. But right now, I just think Tyreek Hill has been playing at such an elite level the whole season, because AJ Brown really came alive at week 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So Tyreek Hill's been able to have this elite level of play all season long. So that's the reason why he's my number 1.
I feel you. And for my defensive player of the year, I'm gonna go with somebody that just kind of, I won't say just caught my radar, but I'm gonna go with somebody who should be catching your radar and should be catching fire right now. That is cornerback Deron Bland. And 4 pick sixes on the season, just got one last week. And, well, I don't say last week, but last night. And just whenever Trayvon Diggs came out, we were thinking, okay, the Cowboys might be cooked. And this guy has stepped up to a level that we wouldn't even have thought of at all. And the way that he has kind of elevated this defense, especially with Trayvon Diggs being out, and for Trayvon Diggs to maybe even to come back next year and Deron Bland still be there, that'll be a crazy cornerback duo. And
Mm-hmm.
especially Gilmore was just limping off the field yesterday too. So I feel like Deron Bland covering a wide receiver one, he's finna go crazy.
Yeah, Deron Band's having a great year. You know, he's the only second best player to ever have 4 pick sixes in one year, and he's probably gonna break that record this
Yeah,
year. Breaking
he's
that
got to
news.
break that record.
Yeah, but my defense player of the year, for me personally, what I think most people have is Miles Garrett. You know, Miles Garrett leads the league in sacks with 13, and he's the best player on the best defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if that just in turns it puts you up there. He's been one of the top edge rushers in the league for the past few years, ever since he's been in the league. And then all around, he's just a great guy. He garners double, triple teams. It does not matter. He's still leading the league in sacks.
That
He's
man is
still
like 6'5", 280,
mhm.
bro. Like no one's stopping
Like if you
that.
see bro out of his pads, bro doesn't need pads. Bro will go out there with no pads on, just swole. Like bro's incredibly athletic. You seen bro dunking in all-star games, and like it's just bro is a freaking athletic beast, man. That's all I
Miles
have to say.
Garrett, I need your workout routine, bro.
Miles Garrett, I will never do your workout routine. Probably kill me.
No, bro. And for my offensive rookie of the year, I'm gonna go ahead and I feel like CJ Stroud is obviously the favorite, right? That's probably what we'll all say.
Mhm.
But another guy that I have on my radar is his teammate, Tank Dell. And 659 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns. Went completely insane yesterday. Y'all saw that one touchdown where he basically jumped the other way to catch that ball. You got CJ Stroud slinging that thing to him. Pause.
Pause.
But it's just he's really coming alive. This rookie duo is coming alive.
Mhm.
And I feel like if a lot of people were saying, let's get CJ Stroud the MVP and Tank Dell the offensive rookie of the year, basically. And I was like, low key, you're spitting, but it won't happen, I don't
Mhm.
think. But either of those two, I mean, you still got Puka Nakua. You saw Cooper Cup go down yesterday, and Puka Nakua stepped up once again. So we'll see what happens with those two.
Yeah, I also have CJ Stroud as my number one. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have CJ Stroud as your number one, you're probably just a CJ Stroud hater.
Yeah, you got to be.
You're probably a Bryce Young super fan.
Why does all right, y'all?
Bryce Young super fan that just hates the fact that CJ Stroud's going crazy. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm just
Bro,
saying.
you're like trying to diss my
I'm
fan
not trying to
base.
diss you, dog.
Trying to diss my fan
CJ
base.
Stroud, damn near 3,000 passing yards, 17 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions, 99.3 passer rating with 85 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He's putting up these numbers as a freaking rookie, bro. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, if you haven't seen a rookie play like this, I don't think ever, man. And it's incredible.
Yeah. And then for my defense rookie of the year, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who literally cannot be stopped no matter what, not even playing like a rookie. And this man has to be top 10 as a rookie. I don't even want to say his name no more. Yeah, y'all see his name. I don't even want to say his name no more because this guy. But I got Jalen Carter, and he's the second best Jalen on that Eagles team. And it's just that you watch the Eagles, you watch them game in and game out, bro. You're like, holy, this guy looks like a vet out there. And you even saw Jordan Davis come alive
Mm-hmm.
last week, which is pretty good. Which is going to take off the pressure off Jalen Carter soon. And whenever that happens, you need to be worried.
Them
So
Georgia boys are crazy,
yeah,
man.
Georgia boys are crazy.
But yeah, also have Jalen Carter. Like I knew it from the beginning of the season. He was the number one prospect in the draft, and the fact that he was able to, people keep saying, the fact that you've been able to go down to 9, and then the Eagles steal him. Y'all were too worried about us getting Bijan Robinson because you thought our offense would be too crazy. What about that defense? Our defensive line has been crazy. like that's one thing we have constantly is defensive line pressure.
Bro, that's so
And
insane
he
how
just
he
let us
fell.
you just let us get him. And he has 16 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. It's like he draws a large amount of double teams. Like I saw him get triple teamed against the Cowboys, and like come on, bro is a rookie getting triple teamed.
Yeah,
Like when have you ever seen that? Like the only person that probably had that same kind of attention was probably Michael Parsons.
yeah.
And you saw what Michael Parsons, he got Defensive Player of the Year. So time for us to get that. This is gonna be the first player I think in Eagles history to get Defensive Player of the Year. So
That would be crazy. Y'all
mhm,
haven't had any.
mm-mm. I'm pretty sure we haven't. Because with Reggie White, we drafted Reggie White, right? Or because I don't think he got it
I
either.
don't think he won it with y'all.
Yeah, he didn't win it. So yeah,
But
and
yeah,
then
I'm gonna go ahead with my comeback player of the year. Favorite should be Tua. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's only been 2 weeks, but I'm gonna say Kyler Murray. And I know he won one, lost one,
K1.
K1. And but the thing is with him, he came back and it looked like he didn't even miss a step.
Mm-hmm.
And he was out 335 days, and he was able to come back and win his first game back, and he looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't say amazing, but
He looked really good.
yeah, he looked really good. And I feel like if he keeps this consistent type of play, it sucks that he lost to the Texans yesterday, but it happens. You only scored 16 points. They only scored 21. It honestly was a defensive battle if you take it like that. But I mean, Tua is probably gonna win, but I'm an advocate for Kyler. I'm big Texas guy. One
Yeah.
would say.
Man, I've loved K1, but I went to a Kyler Murray game and he was back at Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I say this like I said it like the last 3 years. I always say K1 for MVP at least once during the season. But K1 is not my guy, even though I do think he has had a really good 2 games. Like when he came out, I was surprised he was running so much because I was like, I don't want him to get hurt again,
Yeah.
because I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. But my number one is Tua Tagovailoa. He contemplated retiring from the NFL after having those mean concussions last year, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna come back." And it's a good thing he did because he has almost 3,000 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, eight interceptions, and 106 passer rating. Like bro's having a great season. Bro's in MVP talks.
Yeah.
So if you're being able to go from contemplating retirement because of injuries to being in MVP talks, that's just deserving of the comeback player of the year award. Shout out also Damar Hamlin, who he hasn't done much this year, but the fact that he's back in general is incredible.
Yeah. Just him being able to be back out on the field, especially after what happened last year, the tragedy. But just him being back and doing well, being able to be on the team, the active roster, even being able to go out again last week against the Broncos and just play. I mean, it was just it's really motivating. So
Mm. All right, let's go ahead and get into our games of the week, man. Um, you want to go first, or me go first, man?
I'll go first. First up, y'all, I got Jags versus Texans. And you got the Jags coming off a 20-point win to Titans, and they're feeling good. They're 7-3. Trevor Lawrence is leading this team. And then you got the Houston Texans. They're what are they now? 6-5.
Is it 65 or 64?
I'm gonna just say 6-5 because it's week 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say that. But at the same time, this Texans team, they're ready for war. Like they're gonna go crazy, and this is gonna be a battle, AFC South battle, and it's gonna be one of those games to where it means something to both teams playing. And the Houston wants to make playoffs. You got CJ Stroud first year, Demeco Ryan's first year. Like this team is hungry. And if you watch the game yesterday against the Cardinals, NRG Stadium was booming, y'all. Like it was insane. And then or you're gonna do your first game, or you want me to list off
I can do my first game.
the
I'll put this as my first game because I also have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans, and pretty much everything you said. They have 2 quarterbacks that are on the rise that are going to be stars that are if not already stars. I think they are both already stars in this league. And then this also has very big playoff implications because the Texans have already beat the Jaguars.
Mhm.
So if it comes down to that tiebreaker, having being 2 games over the Texans in the division, I mean the Jaguars in the division, if the Texans win, that's gonna be big for playoff implications and who wins the division. So because home everybody knows that home field advantage is important in this league. So if you're able to get that home field advantage going into the playoffs, especially if the Texans make the playoffs and get that home field advantage, that's going to be big for the Texans going forward. And CJ Stroud, if they want to make that deep playoff push, there's no shot to make the Super Bowl, right? There's no shot.
No shot.
No shot. It'd be crazy if they did. No shot though, right?
Yeah, no shot, guys.
No shot. No shot.
But my second game of the week, and it's gonna be a really tough stretch for this team over the next 4 weeks. I have the Niners versus Seahawks, and with the Seahawks, bro, it's just one of those things where in the next 4 weeks you have the 49ers twice, you have Philly, and you have the Cowboys. So losing yesterday's game to the Rams was a terrible loss. However, they lost by one, and I get it. It happens any given Sunday.
But that's a game they did not want to lose.
That's a game you did not want to lose.
Especially in this stretch.
Exactly. And what's it called? The 49ers ended up taking the first place in the NFC West back. And just one of those things you want to be able to go out there next week and show the 49ers who really runs the division, even though the 49ers do. But it's also like, fam, you just got to lock in next week. I think it'll be a good game, hopefully. CMC is going to score. So, hopefully, yo.
No, he's up.
Quit hating on my guy. But that's all I got for that. I'm just hoping for a good game.
All right, man. My number two, I have the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. I know what you're saying. Philly fan, excited for a Cowboys game. Like, what can I say, man?
Commanders low key. Y'all saw last year, bro, where Sam Howell went out there and went crazy against him.
Hey, all I have to say is, look, it's a Thanksgiving game, so we're all gonna be watching this game. My dad's gonna be excited, and I'm gonna be excited to see the Cowboys lose, and my dad upset on Thanksgiving while he's cutting that turkey. So, but it's a division game, and Sam Howell's been playing pretty. He's been playing pretty good in his first career year starting, and then you saw it against Philly. When he's playing the division games, he's playing really good offense. He played really good yesterday against the Giants until the very end with that game losing interception.
Yeah.
But
Isaiah Simmons.
But I totally forgot that was Isaiah Simmons, bro. I totally forgot he was on the Giants, bro. But yeah, man, I just think that that's gonna be a really great game, a divisional game, like we said before. I'm excited to see how Dak and them plays because that defense, even though they did trade away really good pieces with Chase Young and who was it? Was it Montez Sweat that they also traded?
Yeah.
Like those are really big pieces on that defense, but they really haven't lost a beat, on the defensive side of the ball.
Shout out Montez Sweat, he got his first sack.
So Emmanuel Forbes is gonna have to have his hands full with CeeDee Lamb.
Bro, I saw someone comment on a post. It was like that you know how Deontay Banks dropped that one video about how how Washington didn't draft him.
Mm-hmm.
Someone commented that Emmanuel Forbes is gonna go down as the Commander's worst pick of all time. And I was like, that's insane.
Like, bro's been playing pretty good this year.
I don't think so.
Bro played really good until he played AJ, then he got sunned. And then
but he got cooked after
he got cooked. So he got cooked the game after too, bro. And then he got benched. And then what's it called? He came back. Wait. He came back.
Played bro good. Started proving my point.
He came back. He played good. Then he got cooked by AJ again. And then then he played good after that. But this is AJ Brown.
He got cooked, flipped over on the stove, put on seasoning, cooked again.
Hey, that's AJ Brown. That's a top 3 receiver in the league, boy. That's the
I'll
one or two.
I'll respect it.
So what's it called? It's not my fault, bro. Got sunned.
But yeah, bro. My third game, y'all gonna call me crazy. Panthers and Titans.
Why do you say it so excitedly?
Titans, because we're gonna win this week. We are going to win, and I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited for this game. The Titans, okay. Y'all saw that. I'm over here hyped for my team. This guy like. However, I think the Panthers actually have a chance next week, hopefully. Even though I've thought we've had chances against like teams like the Colts too, bro. Like I thought we had a chance against the Colts and got beat by 2 touchdowns. hopefully we have a chance against this
Yeah,
team
y'all had a
though.
chance against the Cowboys. Bryce
We
Young threw a
saw
Stevie,
we saw right to the defense.
bro threw a dot to the ups.
Not for real. But honestly, I feel like it'll be. I hope it'll be a good game. I hope so. I just hope we win. Yeah. And if not, I just hope for a good game.
Man, it should be a good game, because the Titans defense isn't really that good. And then all you gotta really worry about is that
Jeffrey
arm.
Simmons.
You gotta worry about that arm on Will Levis because Will's gonna be slinging that rock. Gotta worry about Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
People he's having a really quiet season even though he's second in rushing right now.
It's
Like
just because the
people,
Titans are so bad.
yeah. And then what's it called? But I hope Bryce Young doesn't throw any beams to the other team.
Yeah.
But my 13th game, you already know, a real team playing Buffalo Bills against the Philadelphia Eagles. You already know after we win tonight, by the time we're recording, after we win against the
Tonight?
Chiefs, after we win against the Chiefs. So when y'all hear this, the Chiefs have already lost, and I'm happy, because I'm not sad on this Tuesday morning. If you're hearing this, because we obviously won the game. But the Buffalo Bills, coming off a good game against the Jets, even though the Jets are trash, but they're looking to beat a good team because I don't think they've beaten a good team all season because the Bills haven't been really great this season at all. So they're gonna really want
Mid.
to if they're gonna come in here trying to make a statement win in Philadelphia because this is like starting right now from the Kansas City Chiefs for the next 5 weeks. We're gonna have a really tough stretch of games.
Yeah.
So I think they said if as long as we go 3-2 in these games, we'll go 11-3. We'll secure the NFC. I think they said, and then after that point we're just fighting for the top spot in the NFC. So this is going to be a really tough matchup for the Eagles, just because this is part of this tough stretch. Even though they are having a bad few games, they're having a bad season right now in Buffalo. They still have Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is one of the best receivers in the league, no matter what. You have Josh Allen, who when he's not deciding to throw turnovers all game, he's a really good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's not look like it this year, but normally he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Sauce low key. Not even low key. He kind of cooked Diggs last night.
Oh, of course.
Diggs had a career low,
Mm-hmm.
29 yards. And I know people were kind of rooting for Diggs after what's it called? Sauce suplex that man.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't help but respect it, bro. You can't help it.
You know who I can't respect? Zach Wilson. Bro, watching Garrett Wilson make someone fall on a route and Zach Wilson not getting him the ball made me so upset. And it made me even more upset because I have Garrett Wilson on my fantasy and I needed him to win. And now I'm relying on Jake Elliott to give me 20 points.
Bro, y'all gotta watch the film on that, bro. The offensive line let up a sack within like a second and a half.
Me personally, I would have threw it with anticipation.
What?
Crazy anticipation.
That's insane, bro.
But yeah, I'm interested to see how Eagles handle this adversity in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and get top 5 teams. I feel like most of it should have stayed the same,
Yeah.
really. But I'll go first this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 5. Don't I changed my bottom 2. That's what happened because number 5 now I have the Dallas Cowboys, even though they're coming off a really good win, even though it was against the Carolina Panthers, But the only thing that I'm wanting them to do is to beat a good team if they want to go up in my rankings. I don't want to beat a good team, but if they beat a good team, they're going to definitely go up my rankings because they have all the makings to be a really great team in the NFL. But the teams over 500, they played 2 this year, and they're 0-2 against those teams, the Eagles and the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely need to be better going against those good teams if they want to make a playoff push. Because Cowboys fans are already saying, of course, again, after even though they lost the week before, they came back won. It's our week. It's our year. They beat the Giants. It's our year.
They beat the Panthers. We're gonna win it all.
Like the Panthers should have the number 1 pick right now, but they I don't know why you're getting so excited. Y'all lost to the team with the number 2 pick. You know what I'm saying? But number 4 out of the San Francisco 49ers. This is a really good team. There's not much to say, but Brock Purdy, he's really good when he's clean, when he has a clean pocket, when he's not being pressured. But like, if there's no adversity being placed on the team, they have the best chance to win it all. But when they have adversity, Brock Purdy's getting pressured, one of his receivers is out, or one of their receivers getting clamped.
Yeah.
They're not winning those games. They're struggling because Brock Purdy's not able to do nothing because Brock Brady's really accurate when he's safe and feeling protected. But when he has to improvise, you're not seeing the stuff that you're seeing the stuff that like the reason why he's been relevant, right? So they need to really show that if they have adversity, they have those game winning drives, they're losing deep in the game. Can y'all come back? Can y'all handle that, adversity and come back and win that game?
Yeah.
Now my top three stayed the same. I have Kansas City at number three. Only way they go up is if they beat us at the time of this recording. Which, like I said, they're not gonna win. Or Philly's gonna win. I'm gonna post it on my story on Instagram. Philly, Philly. If I don't post anything on my story, you know what happened. But you don't have to worry about that because Philly's gonna win.
You're gonna see a picture on all socials of Jreese crying with the Philly jersey
I
on.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need to cry. I'm gonna win. Number two, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, they're the team to beat in the AFC. Even though they're down 3 games, really close games which they should have won, but they unfortunately have not won those games. And then, like I said before, Lamar Jackson needs to prove that he can step up in those game-winning situations and lead them to those wins whenever they need them the most. And number one, of course, I have the Eagles. You know, what did Jamal Adams say? We're the best in the nation. And then he was spitting, bro. We're the best in the nation. We're gonna show you tonight. Kevin Byard finna lock up Kelsey. You know,
Chiefs W.
no. We're gonna see what happens when we have a field with where you can keep your footing and get sacks. What's he gonna do against Hassan Reddick? What's old dude that with all the false starts? What's he gonna do against Hassan Reddick
I guess we'll
and
see.
Josh Sweat? But this run game should come more alive because Ham Jurgens is coming back. We have Bradley Roby coming back in the slot, so our slot should be position should be a little bit better. Even though Eli Ricks was playing really good until they played the Cowboys. Bradley Roby having a veteran at that position is going to be a little bit more securing in my confidence in this team going forward. And then we should. The only team we really need to worry about in the NFC when it gets to the AFC Championship is really the 49ers. And then besides that, we going to the bowl. We winning that thing, baby. We up, Philly, Philly.
Don't let him lie to y'all.
All I told is the truth, brother.
And honestly, my list stayed the exact same from last week. And that's mainly because, I mean, besides these two teams playing tonight, everybody won. Everybody proved that they should stay the same. I don't think one team played better than another team. But at number five, I have the Detroit Lions. They're 8-2, but I just feel like the that loss that you had to the Ravens really holds them back, bro. Because they got beat so bad to where like it wouldn't even be fair to even put them higher. But I think they're the fifth best team in the league. Next up, I got the 49ers, and they just week in week out. I know they had their stretch of 3 games that they lost, but at the same time, bro, just easily the one of the best teams in the league, best offense in the league. And then at number three, Baltimore Ravens, like you said, the team to beat in the AFC, and you got just the team to beat in the AFC, bro. Then you got the Chiefs at number two, and just with the Chiefs at number two, they're gonna play tonight. You're gonna see why they're gonna be number one next week.
Be what?
Be number one, baby.
Be what?
But after that, you're gonna see. Hey, Braxton. You're gonna see the Eagles at number one. Y'all say hi to Braxton, and they're gonna move down to number two next week. And just after that, we'll see tonight. So
That's gonna wrap up our episode. I just want to say thank you guys for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, it might look a little different because you're not looking at the same screen the whole time because we have a video for this episode. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. If you're new, we just want to say welcome. You have anything to say to people at home, Jay?
y'all have a good night. Watch football. We'll see y'all next week.
We'll see y'all.